I've often talked about the importance of stories in sports. Statistical records, no matter how massive or unique, may get forgotten or overtaken. But stories in sports, they live on. And there are two stories that are always going to keep the legend of the inaugural edition of the league alive. One is, of course, the story of how it began, courtesy of Brendan McCullum's blitzkrieg in Bengaluru. And the other is how it ended, with a man who many called Destiny's Child, fashioning one of the greatest campaigns with a team that nobody gave a chance to win when the tournament began. Shane Warne and his motley group of royals will always remain one of my favorite stories of this league. And that's why today I want to take you all the way back to the day the Royals wore the crown of champions. This cricket season, I'm partnering with Big Basket, 10 minute ka naya naam. Just like the T20 game moves fast, so does Big Basket, bringing you everything you need, from farm fresh vegetables to electronics to apparel and more in just 10 minutes. Stay tuned then as I bring you my top 10 matches from the biggest T20 tournament. How Shane Warne arrived at Rajasthan is a story that deserves an episode of its own. He wasn't on any other team's radar, mind you. He was the first name to go up in the auction, and Rajasthan snapped him without any challenge. Everything was planned meticulously there. The Royals knew long before the auction began that this was the man they wanted, not only as their captain, but as captain cum coach. But the names that the franchise went for after Warne, truth be told, surprised many. While other teams packed their squad with superstars, Rajasthan were very happy to not even bid for the superstars. And when they played their first match of the league against a star-studded Delhi lineup, everyone wondered why. Because it seemed like a battle between David and Goliath. But what was Warne's response? The ever-optimistic, blonde-haired Aussie, aptly nicknamed Mr. Hollywood, took the team to a party after the loss. And that's how began his journey of making Goliaths out of all the Davids that made up the Rajasthan side. The next 14 matches would see them win 12, including a thumping win over the same Delhi side in the semis. And that brought them face to face with Chennai in the final, the first ever of the Indian T20 League. Massive occasion, especially for so many in the Rajasthan squad who were not even in the first 11 of their state side, forget the national team. This squad, in fact, included a player who had come from a cricket reality show. Now, 164 is what they got to chase at the DY Patil on the night of the final. Always a tricky score in T20s to chase, and trickier when the opposition captain is a man named MS Dhoni with the wily Muthaiya Muralitharan in his bowling stocks. Murali was used across the tournament by MS to dry out the runs in the middle overs, to put the squeeze on the batters, a job he did to perfection in the semis, giving away just 19 runs in front of a power-packed Punjab lineup. And here, on the evening of the final, his job was even made easier by the pacers. Rajasthan were reduced to 42 for 3 and were now dependent on two men who had done the job for them so often in the tournament: Yusuf Pathan and Shane Watson. You might think 75 for 3 at the end of 10 overs in a chase of 164 looks like a match hanging in balance. But of the remaining 10 overs, 4 were to be bowled by Muralitharan. And guess what? On the third ball of his spell, he almost got Pathan, but as luck would have it, Suresh Raina, such a good fielder, spilled the chance. An over later, Pathan called for drinks and asked his skipper a question through the 12th man. Should he play it safe against Murali, or should he go for the big hits? Now, I wonder how many captains today, forget back in 2008, would have done what Warne did. He asked Pathan to go after Murali, to not curb his natural instincts. Playing safe wasn't something in the Aussies' dictionary. He backed his most talented hitter of the ball to do the job against the best bowler of the opposition. He knew exactly how much it would affect the other Chennai bowlers if Murali was taken to the cleaners. And Pathan did just that. By the time Murali ended his spell, His figures read 4 overs for 39 runs, and Rajasthan needed 25 of the last 18. They huffed and they puffed to get those 25 runs, and victory was achieved only on the last ball. But what a victory it was, made even more special with Warne being there in the middle when the target was overhauled. A 3-wicket win of the final ball by a team dismissed as non-favourites at the start of the tournament, led by a man who barely got a few chances to lead his own national side. Surely, still one of the top 5 stories of this league. Do you agree? Let me know in the comments.
10 minutes, Andre.
Boys, big basket. 10 minutes, Andre, big basket. 10 minutes, Andre, big basket.
Big Basket, delivering in 10 minutes.
So thank you for watching and do subscribe to this channel.